So the Arkansas will become the first state to pass legislation prohibiting doctors, healthcare professionals from providing gender-affirming medical care to trans youth. This passed, I believe it just passed the Senate, passed the House previously in Arkansas, and I believe the governor there, Asa Hutchinson, yeah, Asa Hutchinson, I think has like 5 days or a week to sign this into law or veto it. Obviously, if he has any type of shred of human decency and respect for trans youth, he would veto this like as soon as it got to his fucking desk, because this is disgusting and fucked up on so many levels and will literally lead to children dying as a result of them not being able to get the health care that they want and that they deserve. And I always find it very telling how the conservative party, the Republicans are, the pro-life party, but that only extends to when a fetus is inside a woman's body, and once kids are into the world, they say fuck off, we're going to do everything in our power to make your life a living hell. And this is just another fucked up example of that. Trans rights are civil rights, are human rights. Completely agree with the sentiment of that sign. I mean, it's so fucking disgusting. HB 1570, the Save Adolescents from Experimentation Safe Act. What it should really be called is the I want to make sure trans youth do not get the medical care that they are seeking, so I'm okay with them dying and having all of these horrible health outcomes act. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Prohibit trans youth from accessing health care and insurance coverage for gender-affirming care. Bill passed 28-7 in the state Senate. State House passed the bill earlier this month. ACLU, breaking Arkansas, has become the first state to ban health care for trans. I mean, for fuck's sake. And if this governor, this Republican governor, Hutchinson, doesn't veto it, I would hope groups like the ACLU and others would be suing the state of Arkansas to, charge or to take this up in court as being highly unconstitutional, as well as just highly immoral and ethical and completely fucking disgusting. And obviously, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. The bill would prohibit doctors from offering gender-confirming hormone treatment or surgery to trans youth. Doctors would also be unable to refer minors to other providers for treatment. I mean, what the fuck? And then, if you're a doctor in this state and this becomes law, isn't your first oath, right, is to do no harm, the Hippocratic Oath? So I think it would be, your moral guideline as a healthcare provider to do everything you could to break this law. And if you're not willing to do that, at least refer them to treatment to somebody that would, even if it's maybe in a different state. But then again, like, the whole fuck up thing is we don't have universal health care. And I mean, this is just so fucking disgusting and hugely discriminatory. The governor has not publicly said whether he supports the legislation. The governor has 5 days, not including Sunday, to sign or veto the bill before it comes up. Please fucking veto it, Hutchinson. I don't know a lot about you except you're a Republican governor of Arkansas, so I don't have a whole lot of hope. But again, if you have any fucking shred of human decency and morals, you would veto this fucking piece of shit, disgusting, discriminatory bill. If signed, the bill would take effect this summer. Opponents say if the legislation is enacted, it would be the first prohibition of its kind in the U.S. LGBTQ advocacy groups, child welfare orgs, and medical professionals have criticized the legislation. Medical best practice guidelines for the Endocrine Society, Child Mind Institute, and the APA All recommend that states provide gender-affirming care for trans children. If Hutchinson signs the bill, Arkansas will become the first state to criminalize the vital health services, which again will lead to so many horrible outcomes for trans youth in Arkansas, including probably increased rates of suicide if they're not able to get this gender-affirming health care and surgery that they need. It's so fucking disgusting. Studies have shown that children who are unable to access gender-affirming care, which is again what this would prevent them from being able to do, experience higher rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide than trans youth with supportive doctors and families. 2020 study published in Pediatrics found the earlier transgender youth get care, the less likely they are to suffer from depression and suicidal thoughts. So this bill will literally lead to trans youth to commit suicide, to get increased rates of depression and anxiety. So fucking disgusting. And again, this is supposedly from the pro-life party. Again, it's just the whole fucking crock of shit. They don't give a shit. They're just fucking hugely bigoted and discriminatory, and then they hide behind Christianity or other forms of religion to try to justify this this hatred and bigotry. It's fucked up. Gender-affirming care before puberty can slow or stop some of the changes that are now more difficult to reverse, like voice deepening, hair growth, and fat distribution. Arkansas HB 1570 comes amid a surge of anti-trans bills being considered in state ledges across the country this year. Insider previously reported that 28 states are voting on anti-trans legislation in 2021. I mean, Jesus Christ. Really, like, this is what you want to focus your fucking time on, these piece of shit Republican state senators and House members in Arkansas, is denying health care to trans youth, which will lead to more of them killing themselves and experience all of these horrible outcomes when there's so many actual things you should be fucking fighting for, you fucking disgusting, bigoted pieces of fucking shit. And again, hopefully Governor Hutchinson of Arkansas vetoes this. I don't have a whole lot of hope, and if he doesn't, I hope groups like the ACLU and others would take the state of Arkansas to court to try to get this overturned, because again, it's hugely discriminatory, hugely bigoted, hugely disgusting, and will have so many negative consequences for trans youth in the state of Arkansas. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Peace, much love, all power to the people.